Well, I went to technical school down in St.Thomas.
Mm-hmm.
That was a what the heck did they call that thing? I've forgotten now. Anyway, was a technical training school for mechanics to work on aircraft. And you graduated from that, and then they put me in number 11 service flying out in Yorkton, Saskatchewan, and we worked on Harvards, the Harvard aircraft, and they're single engine aircraft, and they needed fighter pilots, so they had these Harvards, and then after a while they wanted the multi-engine aircraft for bombers, and they took the Harvards and gave us Cessna cranes, and I was there in Yorkton. By that I must have been there a couple of years, and then they sent me to Sea Island in Vancouver. You know Sea Island, and I lasted about 2 weeks there. Then they sent me to Edmonton, and then I flew up and down the highway there for about it was over a year, and then they sent me overseas. And I was a mechanic till we got on transport, and in my history in transport, first of all, the Japanese were coming in the Aleutian Islands off the coast of Alaska, and then they were pushing through the Alaska Highway, so we flew up and down between Edmonton and Whitehorse for a year, and then I got a signal when I was up in Whitehorse, "Come on, Edmonton, you've been posted overseas." Well, I'd been in the Air Force 4 years, and I was as a mechanic, and so then I got on transport. They made me a loadmaster, and I was a loadmaster for the rest of the war.
I'm not really sure what the loadmaster.
Well, the loadmaster, you gotta load an aircraft properly. Like it's like a boat, you know. You put everything heavy on one side, and you're gonna fly one wing low. You see, you gotta balance it off. And anyway, I flew that for a year, and then I got posted overseas. I'd been trying to get overseas for a long time. In that time, I only saw 2 Japanese prisoners that they took. It was they just killed them. They wanted to die for the emperor. We're willing to accommodate them.
Right.
And so the squeeze was on, and they tried to build a railway so they get some supplies. But there's a bunch of rivers coming across there, and every time they build a bridge across a river with RB-24 bombers, they went out and they knocked the bridge out, and then they had to rebuild it. So it didn't work out very well for them. Worked out damn good for us. We were happy. I came back. I went to work for International Harvester, and in the truck division, and then I worked there for what I've forgotten now, 8, 10 years, something like that. And then I went to Wilson Truck Lines. I was there for 27 years. I'll show you. I was never unemployed. That's one thing I can say. Since the war, I've always paid into unemployment insurance, but I never got anything out of it.
So
well,
do you
I shouldn't say that, because what they give us said when you retire they give you $100 or something. Heck, I should be paying in it for years.
So do you think it was an easy transition coming back from the war? Was it easy to fit in? Or?
That's what I say. They give us what was it, 3 weeks or a month? I'm not sure. To settle down, you know. After you landed, and then you went in and they either signed on again or you took your discharge, and that's why I took the discharge. But it's like living in here, in a place like this, is it's really a good thing, because I had a stroke. I can't do too much, and yet I get around pretty good. I've done a lot of traveling here, but we've got a big bus, and they just wheel me onto the bus, and that's where all those Legion ribbons come from. See?